Why was I abused? Why am I being abused? We are all going through something. That's life. Some more traumatic than others. Some more complex than others. Some are even natural, but that is our cross. So we must carry it, and we must never allow it to hold us back. We must never allow our experiences to determine our reality. We must learn that abuse, trauma, and open wounds, when given the right amount of attention, can be healed. To have that life we deserve, we must realize that moving on means facing our demons and conquering it, processing our fears, living our lives, knowing no shame, because shame fosters silence. Silence brings depression. Depression brings disaster. And even those who we think would shame us are going through their own problems and challenges in life. Anxiety, depression, addiction, pain, abuse, dysfunction, relationship, diet, career, self-worth, anger/rage, and the list goes on and on. At a level, every single person on earth has faced some of these issues. Why do we hold ourselves this way? Abuse and trauma are intergenerational vicious cycle that stems from ignorance, conformity, and conditioning by caregivers, community, and society that keeps us shackled as we journey through life in quiet desperation. Breaking the chain of abuse creates hope. We must always try to gather the broken pieces and mold ourselves a masterpiece. We fall 5 times. We get up 7. And when we are thrown stones, we use it to build a stairway to greater heights. The healing journey begins with self-love. It is time to navigate these life experiences through self-discovery. It is time to gain clarity and understanding. It is time to regain control and heal from the very core. It is time to get prepared and face challenges in life without losing our self-worth and dignity. It is time we overcame our limiting beliefs, discovered our strengths and weaknesses. It is time to set healthy boundaries and learn to create meaningful connections. It is never too late to harness your authentic self. Unleash your true potential. The healing journey begins here and begins with you.
I think we all have experiences with very toxic people in our life. What is a toxic relationship? A toxic relationship can be really anything that makes you feel worthless. I mean, the obvious ones are emotional and physical abuse, but maybe someone who constantly makes you promises and never ever follows through on them. Maybe someone who is constantly drinking and abusing alcohol around you. That is a toxic relationship. Maybe you're dating a narcissist who makes you feel like you are only worthy because you're with that person.
Have you ever wondered where that feeling of emptiness comes from? No matter how many ways you find to keep yourself occupied or distract yourself, or how much you try and bottle up in your little human body, yet deep down you feel empty, unfulfilled, and lonely. This is because we don't make time for ourselves, even when we are alone. We haven't learned to look in the mirror and like what we see. We haven't even learned to live with ourselves. The absence of self-love manifests in all aspects of our lives. The dissatisfaction with our jobs, the boredom that comes with a routine, our journey to a life purpose, and even our love lives. How can you love someone without learning to love yourself first? How can you expect anyone to understand you when you don't even know who you are? Do you have the courage to acknowledge and break the patterns in your life that are not serving you? As important as self-love is, it is a process, and it is not something that can be attained overnight. It goes beyond and requires delving deep and courageously taking an honest, hard look into your inner self. It requires compassionate dialoguing and processing your internal conflicts with honesty, so you will find true understanding, clarity, and peace within. Be your own guiding force. Put yourself and your needs first by practicing self-love. Be mindfully present of your environment, relationships. What makes you happy? What brings you down? Be discerning by choosing friends wisely who will not only stand by you in your darkest hour, but also celebrate your victories. Let go of past baggage. Learn to forgive yourself and take ownership of your life. To err is human. After all, we are only human. Set healthy boundaries. Learn when to say yes and when to say no. Make time for yourself. Discover your passion. Indulge in a hobby. What makes you smile? What makes you laugh? What gets you excited? Practice gratitude and validate your accomplishments, no matter how small. Love yourself. Honor your needs first. Satisfy your soul, and most importantly, trust your inner gut instincts and protect yourself from harm's way. The way you treat and respect yourself is a reflection of how others will treat and respect you. These small little steps of self-love, self-care, and inner work will help boost your confidence, nurture your esteem, and shift your life in the most incredible ways. Take that first step and build a solid personal foundation of a purposeful life through self-regulation. When you heal and expand yourself, you will also create a safe and loving space for everyone around you. Self-respect, self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-belief, and self-regard.
If you are in a relationship, again, any type of relationship, where what I said just now resonated with you, I would say get out as fast as you can.
So the first thing towards leaving an emotionally abusive relationship, and this is probably the hardest thing that you have to do, is you have to decide to leave. So in this step, deciding to leave is more than you worrying about all of the things that could possibly happen in the future. You know, what is this going to look like for the kids? What's going to happen to me? I need to get a job. I was financially dependent on my husband or my wife or my spouse. Maybe this person can change. Maybe they're not that bad. Look, they're being nice. And you know, I know that this is a cycle, but maybe this time it'll actually stick. All of that goes away, and you stop focusing on the other person and you start looking at yourself. You have to stop putting so much fear into the future and start reflecting on your past. And when you reflect on your past, you have to see, who is this person that I'm in a relationship with? And you have to be able to take a hard look at yourself. You have to take a hard look at, where are your wounds that are causing you to stay entangled in this abusive cycle. You have to take a hard look at, okay, what's important to me in a partner? What are my values? And am I honestly getting that from this person? And that's where people really can get tripped up sometimes, is because they're projecting what they want onto this person when this person is not that person. And a lot of the times they're not ever even going to be capable of being that person.
You're having a hard time walking away. Moving on from a broken relationship is really difficult, no matter what the circumstances. I mean, it could have been an amicable split. You guys can still be good friends, and even that makes it tough to move on from the relationship. But I feel like when someone's trying to move on from a toxic relationship, there is a sense of manipulation there from the other side that makes it feel like it is impossible to move on. But you want to know the good news? You are not alone. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who stick with people who treat them badly. That doesn't make you dumb. It doesn't make you fucked up in the head. It is kind of human nature. When someone you love really deeply